Hello, second graders. Happy Friday. Today is our read aloud day, and I'm going to read Madeline, Finn, and the Library Dog. Madeline, Finn, and the Library Dog by Lisa Papp. Madeline Finn does not like to read, not books, not magazines, but Madeline Finn does want a gold star from her teacher, and let's see if she figures out how to get that gold star. I do not like to read, not books, not magazines, not even the menu on an ice cream truck. And I especially do not like to read out loud. Keep trying, Madeline, Finn, my teacher says. But sometimes I can't figure out the words. Sometimes the sentences get stuck in my mouth like peanut butter. Sometimes people giggle when I make a mistake. And I never get a star sticker from my teacher, not even a smiley face. Instead, I get a heart that says, keep trying. I get a lot of keep trying stickers, but I want a star. Stars are for good readers. Stars are for understanding words and for saying them out loud. But I know what else they're for. Stars are for making wishes, so I make a wish for my very own star. There's some fireflies out here. I guess wishes take a while because I don't get my star on Monday or Tuesday. So you just got a heart. Keep trying. Read pages 7 to 12. Keep trying, my teacher tells me on Wednesday. On Thursday, I say the frog's name wrong. It's Samuel. I try to get away with Sam, but it doesn't work. Friday is no better. She looks a little frustrated. On Saturday, Mom takes me to the library. Hello, Madeline, Finn said. Mrs. Dimples says she's our librarian. I don't like to read, I remind her in case she forgot. Oh, I remember, she says, but today we have something special, something you might enjoy. What do you think it is? Madeline, Finn, would you like to read to a dog? Look at all these children reading to dogs. That looks pretty exciting. Mrs. Dimple leads me over to a big white dog. This is Bonnie. Why don't you pick out a book to read to her? She's a great listener. She's looking at her. Bonnie is beautiful, like a big snowy polar bear. Would you like to try? Mom asks. Yes, please, I say, but not very loud. At first, I'm nervous. I get the letters mixed up. The words don't sound right. But then I look at Bonnie and she looks right into my eyes. She doesn't giggle. Oh, I feel better. I try again. Halfway through, I get stuck on another word. Bonnie doesn't mind. She puts her big paws in my lap and lets me sit and pet her until I figure it out. Cute. After that, Bonnie and I read together every Saturday. It's fun to read when you're not afraid of making mistakes. Bonnie teaches me that it's okay to go slow and to keep trying, just like the sticker says. I still don't have a star, but I can be patient, like Bonnie. Soon it's almost time to read in class again, but when I go to the library, Bonnie's not there. Neither is Mrs. Dimple. Would you like to wait for another dog? The other librarian asks. No, thank you, I say, as politely as I can. Don't worry, Mom tells me later. Bonnie was just busy today. But what about school? I asked. You'll do fine, she says. Just pretend you're reading to Bonnie. Well, that's a good idea. Look, she looks more confident. On Monday morning, I am very nervous. Madeline, Finn, would you like to read next? The teacher asks. Yes, please, I say, but still not very loud. The first sentence goes pretty well, and then I mess up a word and then another. I hear someone giggle, but then I think about Bonnie. I take a deep breath and pretend she's right next to me. Next thing I know, I'm at the bottom of the page. I look at my teacher and she has a big smile on her face. I did it. I got my star. Look at she's so proud. She worked hard for that. On Saturday, we go to the library again. Mrs. Dimple is back. I got my star, I tell her. I want to give it to Bonnie. Well done, Madeline Finn, she says. I think Bonnie might have a surprise for you, too. Madeline Finn, would you like to read to Bonnie and her puppies? How many did she have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 puppies. Ooh, she's going to be busy. Yes, please, I say, nice and loud. So there's a quiz here we could look at to see if we remember some of the things that went on in the story. So I'm going to start the quiz and read the questions. See if you can catch it or answer them before I do. What kind of feelings does Madeline Finn have about reading? She has mixed feelings. She has no feeling about reading. She has positive feelings. She has negative feelings. I'm kind of thinking she has negative feelings, right? Oop, we got it correct. Why does she have those feelings about reading? Madeline struggles with reading and has to work hard at reading. Madeline thinks reading isn't important and doesn't want to do it. Madeline does not struggle with reading at all and thinks it's too easy. I think she struggles, don't you? We are correct. What does Madeline Finn get that is different from the other students? Does she get a longer lunchtime? Stars that say great job? Extra time to do her homework? Or hearts that say keep trying? Do you remember? Hearts that keep trying. Do you remember those hearts? Who changes Madeline's feelings about reading? Her mom, her friends, her teacher, or Bonnie? Bonnie was the dog. So I think it's Bonnie. Do you? It's correct. Why does Madeline's feelings change about reading? She hears her mom say that she is a special reader. Her teacher tells her that she does a great job. She isn't nervous to read or make mistakes with Bonnie. I think it's this one. She's not nervous around Bonnie, so she's trying harder. Does Madeline ever get a start? Oh, a star. I think they wanted to say star and they put start. Does she get a star? She does. Even books make mistakes. What was the unexpected turn of events at the end of the story? Bonnie has puppies. Bonnie brings more dogs with her from the shelter. Bonnie does not come back to the library. Do you remember the story where she had her puppies at the end? That was surprising, wasn't it? Who was the main character of the story? Madeline's mom, Bonnie, Madeline, or the teacher? This story was mostly about Madeline. Bonnie? I think that's not quite right. What was the genre of this story? A tall tale, a fantasy, realistic fiction, or historical fiction? Do you think this really could happen? Could really happen, couldn't it? So it says we got 8 out of 9, but I think this story, I don't think they were quite right because the story was mostly about Madeline and then she went to the library and read with a dog, and so I think this book wasn't quite right. The quiz. All right, good job. And so I hope you read this summer, and you can read on Epic until June 30th for free. So they have such great books in here. So I would go ahead and do that if I were you, because they have such wonderful books and they do read them to you as well. Okay.